and welcome back. So today I wanted to do another new vegan survival guide, but as you can see by my decorations, I'm going to do a little Halloween twist. If you are watching this and it's not about to be Halloween, keep watching because it's just regular food. I'm just putting it together in a kind of fun way. So let me start by just saying, I am not the crafty mom. If I'm going to contribute to the spooky atmosphere at my house, it's got to be fairly simple, or I'm just not going to do it. So I'll show you what I'm going to be doing for my kids because it's really minimal effort, and I figured there have got to be other people out there like me. So I have chosen my 30-minute chili because it's basically just a dump meal. You put everything in and just let it cook, 30 minutes, and then it's also going to give your kids a nice, healthy, good base for all that candy because you do not want them coming home with the tummy aches. The second one I'm going to make is chia pudding, and I actually have that planned for their breakfast. So this is one you're going to want to do the night before, so that's the one I'm going to go ahead and start with first. So you're going to get 7 grams of protein per serving just from the chia seeds alone, and then you're going to get another 8 from the soy milk. So what is that? 15 grams of protein just in the chia pudding. So I am all for giving this to my kids. I like to make mine in these are old spaghetti jars, recycling. So I just go ahead and make it directly in here. So the first thing that you're gonna have is 4 cups of non-dairy milk. Always choose organic soy milk if you can. It's one of the most genetically modified crops out there. So going with an organic soy milk is really important. Next, it's 1 cup of chia seeds. So I'm gonna do a half a cup for each one. I actually brought 2 different types of chia seeds for you to look at. I like the dark chia seeds because they're just even creepier. You know, they just look like alien eyeballs. But I actually made another batch with the white ones, which I've never done before, because I was just kind of curious to see what it would look like. But right now, I'm going to use the dark chia seeds. So we're going to get half a cup for each. I like a funnel. I don't know how many people have these anymore, but you know, like for that just made that easier. So it's a half cup of maple syrup, so we're going to do a 1/4 cup in each. Next we have 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, so that's going to be 3/4 of a teaspoon each. Look, we're doing math too. It's really a great recipe for kids because as you see, it's pretty easy for them to do. Then we have an 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground nutmeg. You know, I like a convenience product, but sometimes you need those fresh ingredients because they make all the difference in whatever you're making, especially when you're making something with just a few ingredients. They last forever. I mean, you'll see, I'm using this one that I've been using. They last forever. If you divide an 1/8 teaspoon, it's a pinch for each. So just do a pinch. For the salt, you're even doing less. It's half a pinch. So now that everything is in there, just take a spoon and you just want to stir it so that the chia seeds get moistened and moved around because they tend to start binding up and chunking up pretty darn quickly. All right, now at this point, you're gonna put it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes, and then you need to come back to it. Okay, so 15 minutes has passed, and I wanted to show you what it does. You can see it's kind of separated into chunks here and at the bottom, the top and the bottom. So this is why you need to intervene at 15 minutes because it's like a big sludge, and sometimes it gets so hard and chunky and clumped up that if you leave it, you will not be able to break it up. And one of the most fun parts, I think, of this is gonna shake, shake, shake to make sure it's all blended well. Oh look, exercise. So then in the morning when you wake up, it's all ready to go. You may want to thin it if it's too thick for your liking. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the refrigerator. Like I said, they're gonna go for at least 4 hours. Okay, so this is the white chia pudding that I made earlier today. This one has only been sitting in the refrigerator for 3 hours, and I just took a bite and it was delicious. So I'm gonna bump it down to minimum of 3 hours. How you like that? So just so you can see the consistency and what it looks like, I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, it is thick. It's like tapioca, and it's really creamy. I also just kept out the black chia one. As you can see, it hasn't thickened at all. We just made it. But just so that you could see the difference of what it's gonna look like, basically. So you're literally gonna be watching me do this for the very first time because I just whipped this up in my head like, what can I do? So bear with me if things go awry. Here's my thought. Like I said, I am not the crafty mom. So if you're looking for crafty mom things, I'm not the one. I'll give you some ideas and then you can take it and show me how crafty you can be with it. How about that? Alright, so here's my idea. Funnel. Okay, so I finished them all. If you don't have the test tubes, they're still gross looking. Deliciously gross looking. Just in a clear glass. Get a fun little spoon. There you go. It's still fun to wake up in the morning and have alien egg pudding for breakfast. So I decided the perfect thing to show you would be this 30-minute chili. It's fast, it's easy, and it will give them a nice base for all that candy in their tummy. Okay, so I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Next I'm going to put in my onions. In the recipe on my site, it's a red bell pepper, but I thought because it was fun because it was Halloween to use an orange one. Okay, so you're just going to saute the onion and the bell pepper for about 5 minutes until they become soft and translucent. This is where you get to the dumping. So 2 cloves of garlic. I've got 1/2 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika, and 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. That goes in. Next we have 1½ teaspoons of oregano and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now this is 1 can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. When you're doing something super fast, you're going to rely on things that already have flavor built into them, which is why I chose the fire roasted over just the regular plain diced tomatoes. I have 1/2 cup of broth, vegetable broth, again with the trying to build in flavor. A tablespoon of tomato paste, again concentrated flavor. 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 15-ounce can of black beans, drained and rinsed, 1 15-ounce can of pinto beans, drained and rinsed, and this, if you don't know, is hominy. There's lots of people that I've met that have never tasted hominy. I have been a hominy lover since I was a child, so I don't understand how they never have come across it. You can replace it with corn, but I would definitely suggest that you go find some hominy and try it because you might be missing out on something just delicious. So it's a cup of hominy, and I'm just going to stir this up. This recipe I actually do with and without the vegan burger crumbles. If I do them, I put them in at the very end. And here's my theory, and maybe I'm wrong, and I don't know. But when I put them in the beginning, you'd think that maybe the flavor of your chili and stuff is going to be seeping into the meat or into the crumbles. But what I find is really the flavor of the crumbles seeps out, and then you kind of have bland crumbles in your sea of chili. So my theory is that I make the chili first, and then the last 10-15 minutes, then I'll put the crumbles in. That's it. You've dumped everything in, stirred it around, mixed it up well. You're just going to go ahead and put the top on, go get the kids ready for Halloween, and come back in 30 minutes to dinner. So there you go, all done. Now your meal is ready to serve in a cauldron. Just adds a little bit extra fun. Just put it in a bowl, fun little spoon. Fix it up the way that you like it. Avocado, fresh tomato, cilantro. My pick for this is the So Delicious dairy-free cheddar shreds. They're a little sharper. Again, my rule, go easy with the vegan cheese, but I do like this little sharpness with the chili. So I hope this gave you an idea of something easy that you can pull off at the very last minute. I know my kids are going to be super happy with both of these. I hope you have a fantastic Halloween. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with any new vegans that you know. Also, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching.